Well, good morning. Thank you for joining us on WFTDA.TV for the 2019 Junior Roller Derby Association Championship Tournament, live from the Ranch Events Complex right here in Loveland, Colorado. My name is Standby, here for all the games this weekend, along with a great announcer crew, great officials crew, lots of skaters. We'll actually have the numbers for you momentarily on the number of skaters. First up, the Raleigh Junior Rollers against the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. Of course, right here on one of two tracks. And soon, yes, these are the first two open division games of the tournament here on the pink track and then on the yellow track on the other feed. A few numbers you may find interesting this year. Of course, two divisions with championship brackets, as always. 20 teams are skating, 10 teams in each division. Two tracks in play simultaneously until the two championship games. You won't have to flip between the two come Sunday night. Now, get this, 64 JRDA Championship Tournament appearances among the 20 teams. We have 8 JRDA Championship reigns among the teams at this year's event. 5 teams making their JRDA Championships debut. 333, that's the charter slots filled among all 20 teams. 58 championship chartered skaters aging out of the JRDA after this weekend. 23,689. That's the total driving miles between each team's hometown and the venue. 3 days of competition, zero is a big number because that is the price to watch all the games right here on WFTDA.TV. No, we're not scrambling the signal right after this preview. You will see every jam of every game live right here. Seating for the open division we'll get to as we have time, but on the track, yes, the Raleigh Junior Rollers, who are the number 8 seed, entering 6 and 5. The 5 losses to other championships division teams, Raleigh Junior Rollers from North Carolina. Cherry Bomb Brawlers from Spokane, Washington, 4 and 5 with 3 losses this season to other champs division teams. They meet Raleigh for the first time ever right here. Raleigh in the blue with silver trim and the white star on the blue helmet cover. Cherry Bomb in the orange with the black trim and the black star on the orange helmet cover. You want to watch the jammers, the skaters with the stars on their helmets. They'll be the ones scoring the points. But first order of business is to break through the pack legally. And it is lead jam Ruby Katubi for the Raleigh Junior Rollers in blue. So once a jammer breaks through the pack for the first time, they're eligible to score 1 point on each opposing blocker they pass. Offense and defense happening at the same time. And the jam is called as Tribal Terror had broken out of the pack, actually had received the star as the pivot, but not able to come back around to score. Raleigh with 4 points. That was 1 point for each opposing blocker they pass. Passing the hips is where you score the points. Junior Roller Derby Association Championships just beginning. 2 tracks, 3 days of action. Thank you for joining us. And spread the word. Share the link if you would. I have a track cut that'll go against a blocker for Raleigh. Anyone in the penalty box automatically scored upon as each new scoring trip begins. Lead jam for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. So 1 for 1 on lead jam calls. That is 717 M&M. And the blue jammer has been sent to the penalty box. 30 seconds to score as much as they can here, as, again, time begins in the penalty box as soon as the skater sits down. That scoring trip, 3 points. Not everybody passed upright and inbounds. But still 3 points on the board nonetheless for M&M. In the middle of the next scoring trip here, and defensive formation for the most part. Blockers called out of play, and a high block called on one of those blockers for Raleigh. As the jam carries on, 2 minutes per jam, or until the lead jammer calls off the jam. 30 seconds to go. You see the clock in the lower right. Star pass to the pivot. 145, Sir Walter Raleigh. That is Rolley. Tycho the Psycho has received the star. The pivot with the stripe on their helmet can receive the star from the jammer and take over as jammer, but not as lead jammer. Points for everybody this scoring trip. And that is the jam. Full 2-minute time limit. Lead jam status, again, goes away if you're called to the penalty box or if you pass the star, if you happen to be lead jammer. 10 points for the Brawlers that time. 4 more for Raleigh, making 8 there. Official timeout, 26:32 on the clock. We have 2 30-minute halves per game. Raleigh Junior Rollers, again from North Carolina in the blue, scheduled to appear 05 Shortcut, 112 Yeti, 138 Hankenweenie, 145 Sir Walter Raleigh, 151 Fina Colada, 222 Assassinator, 29 Els Bells, number 3 Animaniac, emphasis on the anime, 72 Killer Bee, 777 Lightning Lauren, 8008 Ruby Katubi, who we saw jamming previously, and 934 Throat Punch Thursday. For the Cherry Bomb Brawlers, 001 Mary Payne, 04 Evelyn, 12 Mad Hatter, 13 Shifty, 16 Tycho the Psycho, 18 Global Storming, 1974 Jaws of Death, 222 Skatey Katie, 222 Cutthroat, 244 Tribal Terror, 456 M Ruthless, 574 Poison Ivy, number 6 Queen Bee, 717 M&M, and 99 Joneson. And back to live action. Sir Walter Raleigh, it appears, jamming again against Global Storming. Well, the veterans of Junior Roller Derby actually aging out. This will be the last tournament for Global Storming. And a high block that goes against Global Storming. So this is a power jam. That actually is Killer Bee, as we see the number 72 for the Raleigh Junior Rollers. Again, jammers scoring as soon as they break through the pack the first time. Offense and defense happening at the same time. You hear some of that communication as well as some of the cheers from the studio audience here in Loveland. There's a call-off. Calling off the jam by placing the hands on the hips. 0 points there. But what that did, the jammer is standing in the penalty box. We can tell you that because they can't hear us. That means if a skater is standing in the penalty box, that means they have fewer than 10 seconds to serve and will soon be returning to play. So what that did was ice the jammer, they call it, and the Raleigh jammer can start unopposed with up to 10 seconds. Time in the penalty box pauses in between jams. Illegal contact on the pivot for Raleigh, and for Cherry Bomb. Lead jam for Raleigh, and we have a jammer race now as Global Storming out of the box. Jammers free to engage each other anywhere on the track, and did so there. That kind of warranted the call-off because best and or worst thing that could have happened there is both jammers scoring. So opting to call off the jam. 30 seconds always between jams as the score holds 11-8 in favor of the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. Skaters receive the 5-second warning. A little more of a scrum start than some other jams. Stop block called on 1974 rather, Jaws of Death. Everything has to be in the proper derby direction, meaning counterclockwise. Can't be stopped or moving backwards, at least in blocking. Jammer blocked out, and good one-on-one defense there. as exit turn 2. Now in the straightaway, blocked out again, this time by the pivot. Penalty box clearing out, and lead jam Raleigh at his shortcut. Posed by 4-5-6 M Ruthless. 2 points to 1. That is 2 points for orange, 1 for blue. The key here is the jam is not over until the 4th whistle blast. So that's why the skaters continue to skate until that 4th whistle. Anything after that might be a late hit, but every nanosecond coming into play there. This time, a little more defensive formation. Actually, strictly defensive formation. You see one Cherry Bomb blocker, 99 Joneson, was bridging to keep everyone legal because otherwise there would be no pack and nobody would be able to block. A back block called, and that will go against Skatey Katie, 22. That will affect the blocking power as 4 points already scored by Ruby Katubi here. Ramos, up and over, and despite the attempt at the positional block, 4 points on the board. You can take to the air. Anything that happens in the air, though, is on you. So you want to start the jump, start the apex jump inbounds, and you want to end inbounds with one wheel hitting the ground before any other part of your body, and sometimes that can be close. Looks like official review possibly being called. So hopefully we'll get the results of same momentarily. 21-26 to go in the period. 12 points. 12 points for Raleigh in that jam makes the score 21-13. And yes, Cherry Bomb using their official review. Get one official review per half. If you win the official review, you get to use it again. And there are referees everywhere. This quite the involved sport. If you want to look at the rules of flat track roller derby at WFTDA.com, which the Junior Roller Derby Association follows as well, to get all the intricate moments. But again, referees with the best possible position all over the track for the game. So if you think you see something as a coach or captain, bring it up, and they will discuss that and come back, and sometimes could result in a penalty. Sometimes penalty gets waived. Sometimes there's an extra point or not. But you see the huddle of zebras, actually a dazzle of zebras, I've been told, previous tournaments. Crowd still filing in here at the Ranch Events Complex, the Larimer County Exhibition Center right here in Loveland, Colorado. We were here for Champs 2 years ago. Recognize lots of faces and names from past. And we thank you for joining us right here at WFTDA.tv. Speaking of WFTDA.tv, yes, there are season combo passes for the WFTDA playoffs that are on sale if you use the code WFTDA ROBY-DOBY. Yes, that is capital WFTDA, all caps, capital R-O, lowercase O-B-Y, capital D, lowercase O-B-Y. Cherry Bomb Brawlers looking for a track cut on the Raleigh Jammer. Not going to get it, though. And thank you for that information there. So we'll lose the official review, but get one in the second half. Lead Jam Global Storming looking to make up some points here. Though Oh, and this is a close game, and it's even closer now as a 4-point scoring trip completes. Raleigh blockers tagging out in the penalty box. (1-2) Yeti, the opposition there, but able to come back around to score. Official review now being used by Raleigh. So 20:41 to go in the period. Yes, barely 9 minutes of gameplay, and this is just game one. We are here through Sunday night. 2 divisions and playing 2 tracks simultaneously. For the seeding for the open division, as we're seeing right now, the number 1 seed, the Diamond City Miners of Bakersfield, California, entering a perfect 12-0 this season. Half those wins were against fellow championships division teams. 3 over the Attack Pack, we'll see later. Their first game will be played at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, here on the Pink Track, forever to be known as the Pink Track. Some of you may know it as Track 1. And that will be against the winner of this game right here. The Diamond City Miners number 1 seed will face the winner of this game right here at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, right here on the Pink Track. Number 2 seed in the open division, Philly Roller Derby Juniors from Pennsylvania, 8-2 this season, coming into champs. 9 games were played against champs division teams, including trading wins with Tampa. Their first game, also 5 p.m. Mountain, 7 Eastern, but on the yellow track, and that will be against the winner of Capital City versus Sioux Falls, which is going on the yellow track right now. Number 3 seed, the Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby from Florida, entering 6-2. The 2 against Philly and Diamond City Miners. So we're seeing lots of these teams playing against each other in the regular season. Tampa played against 5 other Champs Division teams, as I just referenced, over 7 of their 8 games here in this season. Number 4 seed, the Attack Pack from St. Petersburg, Florida, entering 4-4 with wins over Raleigh and Capital City earlier this year. Number 5 seed, Des Moines Derby Brats from Iowa, 6-1 with their sole loss to Philly. They'll play the Attack Pack at 1 Mountain, 2 Central, 3 Eastern on the Pink Track. And Raleigh looking for a track cut and not going to get it either. Jammer knocked out of bounds and sent back, recycled back. Lead jam, Ruby Katubi this time. Cutthroat the opposition, passing the star literally as we speak to the pivot 244. Tribal Terror, but a track cut on that attempt there. Probably saw that from the great camera angle brought to you right now by WFTDA.TV, as always. And referees on the ground noticing also. Tribal Terror with 4 points. On the next scoring trip. And 1 by 1 getting it done. Last attempt there by Sir Walter Raleigh. But scoring trip complete, 4 points. Jammers, if you haven't watched this in a while, Jammers no longer score on each other. That is maximum 4 points per scoring trip. As a popular call among the referees, I'm told. Lots to watch out there. So, yeah, Jammers no longer earning those lap points. Tribal Terror staying in bounds up to that point, but careful not to better position. Four points for Ruby Katubi, and those 4 points immediately being matched by Tribal Terror. 15 seconds to go in the jam. 4 blue. And that is Tribal Terror, not Cutthroat, but for the record. 3 points. 3 points on that scoring trip in progress. 3 points scored. 15-8. Net 7 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers, and that makes 32 for the Brawlers, 29 for Raleigh. 3-point game, 18-22 in the period. And you see again the close start, Global Storming lead jammer. Over 112 Yeti. Jammer race ensues. And made the attempt there, landed out, so no points there. Called off the jam immediately. Other jammer was approaching, so again, 30 seconds between jams. And we'll reset. 4 blockers and 1 jammer per team. The pivot again with the striper helmet can become the jammer if the jammer passes, literally passes the star to the pivot. But lead jammer designation goes away if the lead jammer were to do that. Back in the day, and we're talking about parents and grandparents' time. Back in the day, you might have seen them throw the helmets back and forth. Now we just do the helmet covers, and you have to hand it. So we have another jammer race, this time with the Cherry Bomb Brawlers lead jammer and not chancing at Global Storming calling off the jam. And for those looking for that special code to get 20% off the season combo pass for the WFTDA postseason, that is, we should probably type it someday, but WFTDA, all caps, capital R, lowercase OBY, capital D, lowercase OBY. That is WFTDA Roby Doby. Track cuts by Ruby Katubi. That is bettering position, coming back in ahead of anyone who didn't pass or where you were before. So, bettering position, better way to put it. A track cut and power jam right here for M&M. Getting it to, knocked out of bounds at the last possible moment. Got to recycle back and not risk. There we go, not risk their own cut there. There is a rope in those lines that is so the skaters theoretically can know when they're rolling in or out of bounds without looking down. They can feel that rope. 2 points. No, 3 points rather, using the thumbs. 3 points. 1 thumb up. For the Cherry Bomb Brawlers, 35, 29, 15, 20 in the period. There we go. Thank you in the Twitch chat, Moobots. I know who you are. With the WFTDA Roby Doby. Lead jam, but was it? Lead jam officially. I heard two whistles in succession. But, yes, lead jam now for Cutthroat. Yeti, the opposition, has broken through on the initial trip. Blocked by the pivot. Jam carries on per the coach's instructions off camera. Cherry Bomb pivot head to the penalty box, though. Evil N back in play, but unable to engage the jammer as they are out of the engagement zone, out of the greater pack area, if you will. 13:50 to go. Coach just coming out momentarily for a word with referees, but not stopping the clock for a timeout. So if you're new to roller derby, this is a great game to start with. Close game. And the winner will go on to meet the number 1 seed, as we mentioned, the Diamond City Miners of Bakersfield. They'll be at 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern right here on this pink track. Lead jammer Ruby Katubi on a scoring trip and caught by M&M. Almost sandwiched there. 4-5-6 also for the Brawlers. M. Ruthless. And scoring trip complete, 4 points. And the initial trip through the pack complete for Global Storming. Blocked out by the pivot. Jam continues. And I think there's, let's see, my vantage point, 4-0 it is, 4-0. And that's how close it can be at the end of the jam. The roller derby equivalent of a bang-bang play at the plate. Two-point game, 12-10 in this period, another 30 minutes after that. Just game 1 of the day. Pace yourselves. Hydrate. 29 L's Bells, that is. L's Bells with lead jam. 1974 Jaws of Death in orange. Removes the star, what they call a star stash, trying to, I'm just going to pretend like I'm a blocker and meanwhile break my way through the pack. The thing is, you can't hide the star anymore, so they're going to be able to see that. That is by rule. They're going to be able to see it. 4-point scoring trip complete for L's Bells. Oh, 2 penalties called. So, not sure if that's insubordination. Usually it is when the skater does not leave the track quickly enough. But that'll be 1 minute in the penalty box, kind of kicking it old school there. Zero on the last scoring attempt. 12 previously makes it 10-point lead for the Raleigh Junior Rollers from North Carolina. Cherry Bomb Brawlers of Spokane, Washington with 39 points. And I think that 2.5 scoring trips can't wipe out. Again, that's how close it is. I'd say anything within 50 based on past experience. We call it a close game. Lead jam, Tribal Terror, 244 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. First scoring trip complete. A little weave in the turn. Low block called on, or by Tricky Ricky on one of the orange blockers. Is Mary Payne, 001. 4-4 on the scoring. And referee Lucinda calling a track cut on blue 05, who is then called back to the track. So that penalty waived. Cherry Bomb Brawlers, 12 points that time to Raleigh's 4, net 8 for Orange, 51-53. Junior Roller Derby Association Championships, yes, played by the rules of flat track roller derby. Level 3 Junior Roller Derby is full contact, just as the adults play. One level before that, level 2, you cannot accelerate to make a hit. That's what they call hitting. Level 1 is where you just get in someone's way and slow them down. So we progress to different levels. But yes, this is level 3. This is the elite. These are the top 20 teams in JRDA existence, at least the ones able to make it here to Loveland this weekend. So, yes, full contact all-star roller derby being played here. And Killer Bee with lead jam. Eminem had broken out, but then Blue calling off the jam immediately. 57-51 now, following that textbook, as we say, 4-point jam. Under 8 minutes to go in the period. No pack called, then when that happens, everybody has to make some sort of attempt. And we'll leave that up to the referees if they did. Usually always it's the majority of mixed skaters that comprise the pack, but if that does not happen, then literally there is no pack. Can't play favorites. Queen Bee with excellent defense there along with Global Storming as this Power Jam is in progress. Only one jammer not Power Jam. There's a Star Pass, rather. Whew. Lead jam, Ruby Katubi, after everything we've just seen, and yes, a call-off rather quickly. Always watching the opposing jammer when they're in play and trying to play offense and defense. World-class skaters, world-class coaching for that matter also. So good awareness there, even though the jam ending 0-0. 6:23 in the period. Continuing with the seeding for the open division. We have, again, Mob City Junior Roller Derby from Everett, Washington, the number 6 seed. They're coming in 5-0, including a win over the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. That is a 4-0 all-time record for Mob City. They'll meet Tampa for the first time ever at 1 p.m. Mountain, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, over on the yellow track. The number 7 seed in the open division, Capital City Derby from Columbia, South Carolina. They're playing Sioux Falls right now on the other track, the yellow track. They're coming in 6-3, including a win over Raleigh. Raleigh entering number 8, 6-5, as we mentioned. Number 9, the Cherry Bomb Brawlers, as we're seeing, coming in 4-5. And number 10, the Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby from South Dakota, Sodak Attack, they're called. 8-5 this season, with 3 losses to other Champs Division opponents. So Cherry Bomb Brawlers with one more blocker on the track than Raleigh. 2-4-4, Tribal Terror, your lead jammer. 6:10 to go. And good work just moving one by one past each of those blockers, each of those blocking attempts to make 4 points. Eight-team jams already jammed, 5:41 in the period. 2-point game. So we've mentioned the entire field for the open division of the 2019 JRDA Championships, one of 2 divisions being played. The other, the female division, their first game will be after this one, and we'll have 2 female games, female division games going on simultaneously, and so on and so forth until the final championship games, which will both run unopposed. We won't make you pick. Again, live, free, right here, WFTDA.tv via Twitch. Thank you for joining us on the chat. If you have any questions about Junior Roller Derby, we're here all weekend. Sodak Attack again from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, making their JRDA Champs debut. They'll be the number 10 seed. One of 5 teams all around out of the 20 who are here for the first time. Good awareness there. Blocking off the line. 1-5-1, though it is lead jam for Raleigh. Literally, Sir Walter. On the inside, right into 2 blockers, make that 3. And there's the call-off with only about a second to spare. 1 point on the board. And one for the Book of Wins, Cherry Bomb Brawlers. I see a hug there for the jammer off camera. Warranting that call-off, or forcing that call-off, strategically rather. 1 point scored versus a possible 4. Tribal Terror lead jam quickly for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers in this now 3-point game. Els Bells out. About a third of a lap difference. Four points for Els Bells. And it is a power jam. Power jam carries on again, 30 seconds. Score as much as they can. Time begins as soon as the skater sits down. But 4 points were scored prior to that. So Els Bells now going for the scoring advantage after this reset. Tribal Terror back out. We can mention that. They cannot hear us. .30 seconds to go in the jam. And that completes the scoring trip for Tribal Terror. Out of the penalty box and with the scoring advantage. So good defense all around by the Cherry Bomb Brawlers, what they call a penalty kill. Scoring trip now complete for Blue. So 8-8 and make that 12-8 rather. As Tribal Terror out. 4 seconds to go and may have more points to report. Watch the fingers for Blue. Wow. 12, there we go, 15-12. Wait on all the numbers to come in, 15-12. Almost a wash, but no, after all that, and quality derby all around, 70-70, tie score, 15-12. That was net 3 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. Raleigh, though, enjoying, that's not the right word, but potentially enjoying a power start. Oh! Pivot with the attempt there, 18 global storming. Slowed down the jammer about a second or so. Lead jam Blue. Jammer already standing for Cherry Bomb. And back in play. Minute 25 to go in the period, a minute 18 in the jam. There we go, there's the call off. Complete 4 point scoring trip for Yeti, 74-70. Now up 4 is the Raleigh Junior Rollers. A minute 5 in the period. The next jam can last a full 2 minutes or until the lead jammer calls it off. So the game clock will expire potentially, but the jam clock will continue.
Alright,
4-3 in favor of Raleigh as we start this jam 22. Even more scrummy than we've seen. Direction call on 222 Assassinator, and the other set of twos, Cutthroat out the other side. Lead jam over Ruby Katubi. Ruby Katubi about a half lap behind. Cutthroat into the abbreviated wall, and 2 orange. 2 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers, 0 for Raleigh. That makes a 2-point game at halftime. We have 15-minute halftimes here at JRDA Champs. Wow. 2-point game to start us off. Again, this is only the beginning. Who do you have? Let us know in the Twitch chat, also elsewhere on social media. Talk the number 2 JRDA. Talk to JRDA. And also there on the 2019 JRDA Champs event page on Facebook. Lots of places to talk Junior Roller Derby, find out what's happening, when and where over the 2 tracks right here at the Ranch in Loveland, Colorado. We'll be back before you know it right here. You're watching the 2019 JRDA Championship Tournament. Go ahead and lean in. Yes, my name is Stan By, along with a great crew of announcers you will see and hear from as the weekend progresses, including here Viola Di Rolla and Puns and Roses. You'll be hearing from later. Scott Chicken, Tool Time, also in this is quite professional. But yes, we have a great crew here. Someone on Twitch did ask about that, but yes, Puns and Roses, Viola Di Rolla, Scott Chicken, Tool Time, Hippie will be joining us again. Soccer Blue, Thunderdill. Yes, you heard right. Joining us later. Lots of announcers here. We, in the JRDA, we all multitask, to say the least. So a lot of us parenting or coaching or playing. So we're figuring out that rotation as we go all weekend. But I want to thank all the volunteers, everybody who is making this possible. But yeah, so you'll be hearing from this crew a little later on today. You probably heard a little bit of them on the house call earlier. But yes, part of the great announcing crew here at JRDA Champs. Quite the intimate announcing area here. Also the officials. Yes, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the officials for this game. Montana Mahler, the Genja Ninja, Ultraviolent Blue, Snarkomedes, Ice Pock Shakur, Saren Gasp, Guacamole, Breakenya, KT Massacre, Doesn't Matter, El Flaco, Margie Ram, Ellie Mental, Lucinda Nickers, Red Miles, Tricky Ricky, hello, I know Tricky Ricky, I apologize, and Nacho on the officials crew for this game number 1. So eventually we will reset the score. Well, not reset the score, but reset the names on the board. That is the Raleigh Junior Rollers in blue against red, or I would say orange with my eyes, the Cherry Bomb Brawlers from Washington State. Lee Jam, Ruby Katubi to start us off for blue. Again, that is Raleigh. Well, you're watching in squad mode, the greatest thing to happen to roller derby since single whistle starts. And 4 points to start off the Raleigh Junior Rollers in blue, now up 78-72. Again, Raleigh in blue, Cherry Bomb in red, orange. I've heard Rust in the chat. We're getting pretty deep in the color wheel there. Raleigh moves ahead momentarily, and it is, whoa, that was close, but check it out, Raleigh with lead jam. Not the foremost jammer, though. Yeah, calling off the jam, because otherwise both could have scored, and this game, perhaps too close for that. I'm not a coach. I'm not a parent. I'm not a skater. But occasionally I pontificate on stuff like that. And now a discussion on the chat whether that's orange or red. Well, you know, as long as you know that Raleigh is blue and Cherry Bomb is the opposing color, no debate on that.
All right. With the official timeout, now we are back at the action. 4-3 pack advantage for the Brawlers.
Raleigh with one timeout left, and the official review you get for the second half. Cherry Bomb with 2 timeouts remaining and 1 official review. 2-4-4 Tribal Terror with lead jam. Over 0-5, that is shortcut. Shortcuts for Team Blue. Shortcut blocked out by Tycho the Psycho, the pivot. Meanwhile, 4 points for Tribal Terror. And those points matched by shortcuts. Well, it is solved. J-Rex, home team announcer, says it's red. There we go. Perhaps the work of some detergent or the I won't be too critical of jersey colors because of what happened with the Magic City Misfits of the MRDA a few years ago and Vegas Gold. But either way, yes, red, we will call that. 82-76 as Raleigh really bringing it in the opening minutes. We have a timeout. Clock is running. We'll correct the clock before we start up again. But, okay, there we go. 82-80. 4 points were added to red. So, quick score correction that was worth the timeout. Get those points counted now rather than when the game is over. I was part of a regional championship game a few years ago in Florida that had a couple different endings based on some lost points. So good to count every point. Take our time, get the math. All the officials, referees, everyone with the clipboards, keeping that straight. And, okay, 8-8 it was in that jam, 82-80.
This is the official timeout as they're addressing scoreboard issues.
Right, so yes, score now stands Raleigh 82, Cherry Bomb Brawlers 80. So yes, points were scored there on both sides, 8-8. In fact, it was a wash. Vermilion versus Crimson, we're going to go there. Let's just stick with blue and red, please. Back to live action. In color, we're available. Forearm called on Tycho the Psycho. Lead jam on Ruby Katubi. Both jammers free, however. As blockers in and out of the penalty box. There's the call off after 3 points scored. 3 points. 85-80 now. 5-point lead for Raleigh. Both tracks are live all weekend long. The pink track, otherwise known as track 1, also the yellow track, which some call track 2. Or you can watch in squad mode. Watch both at once if you can handle such action. Wow, good skate work there. But it is lead jam for Raleigh. .112 Yeti on the scoring trip. And met with 2 blockers up front, anchored by Evelyn. The pivot. 4 points scored. Star is off the helmet that has not yet been passed. Perhaps a fake out. Yeti 4-on-1 in the back. And Evelyn now with the star, but the jam is called. So 2-0 on that scoring trip, making 6, 4 plus 2. .91-80, 11-point lead for Blue. Those are the Raleigh Junior Rollers in blue. Raleigh is the number 8 seed, entering 6 and 5. Tribal Terra 244 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers in red, the number 9 seed from Spokane, Washington, 4 and 5 this season. The losses that the respective teams have incurred this season were to other championships level teams, keeping the regular season challenging. Nice block out there. Credit 12, Mad Hatter. Tribal Terror finishes the scoring trip and appealing to the jam ref, but 145, Sir Walter, Raleigh remaining legal. Tribal Terror on another scoring trip. And scoring trip complete for Els Bells, making 4. As the score settles, 12-4, net 8 for the red team. That is, again, the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. The schedule for the tournament is on the 2019 JRDA Championships event page on Facebook, also at juniorrollerderby.org. All teams will continue playing until all 10 slots are filled on either division. So even for the team that comes up short here, the weekend is not over, not at all. You can still battle for as good as 5th place. Yeti with a hard-fought initial pass there and a star pass to the pivot. That is Global Storming. Four points blue and 0 red, 99-92. No real breakout jams almost since the beginning of the game, put it that way. But especially here in the second half, the nickel and dime style, and even when it isn't, much of the points are being matched in the same jam. 22 minutes to go. And lead jam, Ruby Katubi. Treble Terror approaches, and the jam is called. 0-0. Raleigh Junior Rollers, the number 8 seed in blue. And the red team, the Cherry Bomb Brawlers from Spokane, Washington. Number 8 versus number 9 here. And the winner of this game will meet the number 1 seed, Diamond City Miners from Bakersfield, at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, right here on the pink track. Jammer race, but it is L's Bells with lead and control. And calling the jam as the jammer approaches the pack, 0-0 again. At this point, clock management, 2/3 of the way through the game. Remember, 30 seconds in between each jam. Even if the jam is called, 30 seconds ticks off the clock. Eminem blocked out and drawn back by the pivot, also joined by appears to be Fina Colada.
Wow.
Strict defense and drawn back by the pivot again. And it's a power jam. Ruby Katubi with the power jam. Apex hop and, still stuck the landing, but went down, came back up, down again, and little contact by Global Storming, but back up. Oh, and Matrix, shall we say, staying in bounds. That time blocked out into Margie Ram on the inside. 19:08 to go. 4-point jam for Raleigh. 103-92. Both jammers out. 244 Tribal Terror and okay, we're going to do this or not. Once we pull out, you'll be able to see the yeah, Yeti was just hanging out there almost at the start line, not rolling back along with Tribal Terror. Lead jam Tribal Terror nonetheless. Some jammer strategery, but just waiting on Tribal Terror to approach and then coming back in, not risking the cut. Both jammers out. Won the initial trip, and Tribal Terror on the scoring trip, 4 points. And both out and back. Good work as penalty box clears out. 4 points for Yeti. And that is 4 more for Red. 8-4. Net 4 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. 107-100. Who you got? Again, even. The team that comes up short here is not done yet. They can play for up to 5th place by continuing to skate against other teams who are runners-up in their respective first-round games. So keep following all weekend long. This is only the beginning. Dun-dun. (1974) Jaws of Death, foremost jammer, still no lead. Defense, and more. Els Bells foremost now, and lead jam.
And we have a start pass on the Lucas, now the general record.
Scoring trip complete, and M. Ruthless, unable to come back around, had received the star, however.
And the score is now 7-4. County Finance.
4 points there, making 111 for Raleigh, 100 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers, 16:07 to go. Seeing a fair number of star passes in this game indeed. Just a few years ago, there were practically none. As the game continues to evolve, different strategies and rule adjustments. Tribal Terror calling off the jam, wasting no time. No time at all. But there it is, 3 points. But yeah, the question remained, how many points scored? 3 points, 3 fingers in the sky. Timeout called by Raleigh. Raleigh in the blue. And Cherry Bomb Brawlers confirmed in red. We had a few issues with the scoreboard earlier in the period, so we do have the colors listed at least. But yes, it is Raleigh in blue on the score on the left side of the screen, and Cherry Bomb Brawlers in red. And that has been confirmed in the chat, so don't start that again. That is red, and that is the score on the right side of the screen. The winner of this game will meet the number 1 seed Diamond City Miners from Bakersfield, who are entering a perfect 12-0 this season. Next up, we will have the first 2 female division games. Here on the pink track, Kalamazoo versus Queen City. And on the yellow track, the Foco Spartans from Fort Collins against the Rocky Mountain Roller Punks from Denver. Loveland is not too far from Fort Collins and about an hour from Denver, so as close as you can get to a neutral ground Battle of Colorado to be happening next, and they'll be on the yellow track. Back to live action. Eminem drawn back. Referees watching closely. We have the best crew you can find right here at JRDA Champs. Defense angling for tournament MVP. Tell you that. Mad Hatter to the penalty box. Foremost and lead jam it is for Eminem of the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. And rolling out of, nope, that was out of good recovery, I should say. You can correct, as long as you don't cut track and continue skating, you can correct yourself. And did Els Bell, staying legal. There was a time when that was not allowed. If you stepped in bounds, even for just a millimeter. So that's been clarified. You can correct yourself on a potential cut. Star has been passed to shortcuts. Shortcuts for Raleigh. Through on the initial trip. Eminem watching. Shortcut approach. And calling off the jam after 3 points scored. 4 plus 3 making 7. 1 point game. just the start of JRDA Champs. Thank you for joining us right here on WFTDA.tv. Remember, 2 tracks going at the same time. You can watch both, even at the same time, with the squad view. Lead Jam Blue. 1974, Jaws of Death. Oh, wow, did you see that recycling just immediately set upon by the Raleigh blockers, all of them. Meanwhile, Ruby Katubi with 3 points scored, making 114-110. $333 charter slots filled among all 20 teams this weekend. So no doubt if you've been following Junior Derby, you'll recognize a lot of these names and faces. Lead Jam shortcuts over Tribal Terror, who really bridged the gap quickly. However, 4 points scored to 0. Hung on for that final point. 118-110. At this point, again, even with 4-0 jams and 30 seconds in between each jams, it could come down to the last team to have a 4-0 jam. Yeti meeting Tribal Terror by our vantage point. Tribal Terror with lead. Yeti has broken through. Half lap to the pack. Both jammers engaged. There's the call off. How many points for everybody? And it looks like, I'm trying to crane my head to see if that's 2 or 3. That is 2-2. The jam is a wash. Nothing settled, at least here. 120-112, 8-point lead for Raleigh. $10:20 to go. Jammers, if you're just joining us, the skaters with the stars on their helmets. First time through the pack, battling to become lead jammer, being the first to break through the pack legally, and it's not happening easily for either. But following that, scoring 1 point on each opposing blocker they pass. As you see, offense and defense happening at the same time. And up and over for lead jam, M&M. Doing what it takes for him. Call on them. Ruthless taking the long way to the penalty box, though. Ruby Katubi out of the pack. About half lap to go. M&M engaged. Blocked out. Jam continues. Ruby Katubi, 4 points. The lead jammer has yet to score. There we go. 1 point. 1-0 on the attempt in progress. That doesn't happen every day. 4-1 net 3 for Raleigh despite not having lead. Jammer perhaps saw something on the track I did not, and intended to carry on and complete the scoring trip, but it did not happen in time. 4-1 on that one. Els Bells and Tribal Terror now. Tribal Terror, no time at all. Lead jam. Star pass to Sir Walter Raleigh. Both jammers out, 4 points scored. It will be 4-0 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. 117-124, making up for a couple of those lost points. 124 again, 117, 8 minutes to go. Be sure to hydrate. This is going to be a long weekend. And do share the link to watch both tracks even at the same time. Cutthroat for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. Engulfed almost by Raleigh. Lost track there for a second. Forearm called, and they'll go against the Raleigh blocker. A forearm called that will go against Global Storming. And a Raleigh blocker sent to the penalty box. Blocking power affected on both sides. Lead Jam Cutthroat, however, calling it off because Yeti was approaching the pack. 0-0 it is. Score holds 124. 117 under 7 minutes to go. The winner of this game faces the number 1 seed, Diamond City Miners. That will be at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, local time, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, right here on the pink track. Cherry Bomb Brawlers up 3-2 on the blocker counts. And slightly off camera, Lead Jam, Tribal Terror. Failure to reform goes against Skatey Katie in that no pack situation. Oh, wow. Cherry Bomb losing another blocker to the box. There's room for 2 blockers and 1 jammer in the penalty box. And, yes, I do believe 2 blockers out now, yes. Or rather, it'll be 3, 1 standing and about to return to play. So as long as they're standing, able to hang out in the penalty box and take that seat momentarily. Well, that jam was one for the jammers to really take advantage of the reduced body count, and 8-4 it is, net 4 for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. 3-point game, 5:27 to go. Timeout by Raleigh. Actually, it would be official review. Not sure if they'll use the official review as a timeout. It's likely as they're out of timeout, so called that official review. Nonetheless, you can use it as a timeout. You don't have to actually have the referees review something. Which has been another development in the last couple of years, because it used to be if you called an official review, legally you had to give the referees something to talk about. Now, not so much. Next up, here on the pink track, Kalamazoo versus Queen City. And on the yellow track, Foco Spartans versus the Rocky Mountain Roller Punks. The WFTDA watch passes are on sale, and you can get 20% off that season combo pass with the code WFTDA RobyDoby. We will type that out momentarily in the chat, so you can hopefully copy and paste WFTDA RobyDoby for 20% off. Forearm on the jammer, M&M. This is a power jam for Raleigh. And lead jam, controlling the jam from here on out, is Yeti. Pack speeds up as the jammer has engaged. Blocked out. Resets quickly. and completes the scoring trip. A little effort there on the penalty kill. So it took an extra few seconds, time enough for M&M to come back out and complete the initial trip through the pack. And there's the call off in time. No points on that last scoring trip. However, 4 previously, 132 now to 125. 4 minutes to go. Winner of this game being the number 1 seed, the Diamond City Miners. The runner-up will be back tomorrow for more Derby action, and all positions will be filled. They will continue to skate until all 10 places are decided, and the top prize for a team that loses in the first round, 5th place. It is still possible, so keep watching. Global Storming, defense twice in about 3 seconds. But called out as Jammer was halfway down for one thing. Tribal Terror, 4 points already scored. And Tribal Terror again, 4 points. Raleigh now matching those 4. That is shortcuts. Cherry Bomb up 1 scoring trip. Both engaged, and it is Tribal Terror out the other side. Another 4 points. Now up 12-4 halfway through the jam. Eight now for Raleigh. Shortcuts. And Tribal Terror calls off the jam. Another 4 points scored. 16-8. 1 point lead in favor of the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. 141 to 140 with that net 8 points. 8 points again up Cherry Bomb on that jam. Timeouts by the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. Now with that 1 point lead, 2:10 to go in the game, potentially more than one jam to go. Depending on if Cherry Bomb calls a timeout. Raleigh can't call a timeout, so it would be up to them to continue the game if, say, the next jam goes a full 2 minutes in that final 10 seconds before it takes off. Again, clock management, we'll leave that up to the coaches, but it is worth pointing out for those joining us for the first time. Y'all pace yourselves. This is only game 1. Lots more to come. 3 days of action over 2 tracks, 20 teams in 2 divisions. Female division games starting right after this one. Here we go. Live audience turning it up. Diamond City Miners especially watching as they will be playing the winner of this game later today. Little switch out there for Cherry Bomb right before the whistle. Jammer blocked out, and are we going to do this again? If we pull out, you'll see that Global Storming has now circled about 80% around the track, and the Raleigh Jammer cannot enter unless there be a track cut. What it will do is eat up the clock as again, if we pull out, you can see that both jammers now in the general turn 4 area, while the blockers continue to engage and finally approach the jammers. Now both able to, come back into play. That did eat up a fair amount of the jam. Different kind of clock management there. Up and over, yes, staying inbounds, legal Ruby Katubi. And it is lead jam, Ruby Katubi. After all that, 52 seconds remaining in the jam. What a turn. Initial trip just now complete for Global Storming. 38 seconds to go in the jam. One blocker left up front. Another one recycling up, but 4 points were scored. 4 points scored by Raleigh. 141. Raleigh regains the lead. A 3-point lead it is. 35 seconds to go. Clock stops with unofficially, unless it changes, 34 seconds to go. And yes, it has come down to this. 34 seconds to go. Final jam likely, highly likely, as Cherry Bomb using their final timeout. So pending some kind of official work to be done, this will be it. Jam can last a full 2 minutes or until the lead jammer calls it off. Cherry Bomb Brawlers, 3 points to tie, 4 to win. Raleigh just needs to maintain that lead. A lead jam call and a little bit of clock management would do it. Cherry Bomb must score a complete scoring trip.
This is it. 3-point game. 34 seconds left.
And would probably like to earn lead jam on top of that. Foremost jammer, Eminem. Yeti the opposition. Eminem drawn back. Likewise for Yeti. Pivot versus jammer on both sides. Defense cranking it up to 11. Barely out of turn one. 1 minute 15 remaining in the jam. Advantage Raleigh with each second that there is no lead jam, no scoring. Eminem shakes off the block, but immediately set upon by 3 more blockers, drawn out again by the pivot. Raleigh losing a blocker to the box. Out is Tribal Terror. The star was passed. No lead jam call as Tribal Terror was the pivot. However, is eligible to score. Blocked out and out back by Yeti. As Raleigh Jammer returns to play, but the clock expires. And 4 points red. What that does is makes the game unofficial at the moment, but makes the game a 1-point win for the Cherry Bomb Brawlers. That was exactly what needed to happen there. Not necessarily lead jam, but putting 4 points on the board for the win. If there had been a tie, we would have had 1 overtime jam with both jammers scoring immediately. Now, we will wait on the official final, but so far, you see how it stands. There's the rolling whistle, which would declare the game over. And that is it. The Cherry Bomb Brawlers with that 1-point win. They will advance to meet the number 1 seed Diamond City Miners, who are now about to congratulate them on the victory lap. We'll see you later. More action to come. Yes, just getting started all weekend long. Next game right here, the female division games, Kalamazoo versus Queen City. Also, Foco Spartans versus Rocky Mountain. Again, the first female division games. You've just seen the open division. This is the beginning. Stick with us till the end. 3 days of Derby right here. Thank you for watching the JRDA Championship Tournament right here on WFTDA.tv.